Can you believe that amidst the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, there exists a tiny archipelago, like a hidden gem? This is Pitcairn Island, renowned as one of the most remote and mysterious places on Earth. With a population of only 48 people, Pitcairn is a miniature world, detached from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Alongside its pristine beauty, Pitcairn Island has an exceptionally dark history that few are aware of. It is considered a paradise for men. Additionally, the island is currently welcoming new residents by offering free land to those who wish to settle here. Let's explore the 14 strangest facts about Pitcairn Island, the most isolated archipelago in the world. Number 14. A love paradise. This peculiar island lacks beaches and coral reefs, only offering rugged, unfriendly, rocky shores. It doesn't even have a port, yet it's considered a paradise in the Pacific Ocean for a surprising reason. Many visitors have noted that their most vivid impression of Pitcairn is the enchanting smiles of the Polynesian girls, who are strikingly beautiful, healthy, and pure. The inhabitants recognize no god other than the god of love. The entire island is seen as a temple, the girls as goddesses, and the men as their worshippers. However, on Pitcairn Island, children mature early and engage in adult activities at a very young age. Some girls as young as 12 are already mothers. The islanders view this as normal, rooted in Polynesian traditions and deserving of respect. Neville Tosin, a pastor who once lived on the island and now resides in Australia, reported that most women on the island have their first child between the ages of 12 and 15. What do you think about this? Leave a comment. Number 13. Accessible only once a week. There is no airport in this beautiful tropical paradise, so the only way to get there is by boat. Ironically, boats rarely visit the archipelago. What's even crazier is that before you board the boat, you'll have to spend about 24 hours flying to an archipelago in French Polynesia called Manara, and the flight schedule is only once a week. The boat arrives on Thursdays and departs on Sundays. It picks up both tourists and locals. If you miss the Sunday ship, you'll have to wait another week, though sometimes the wait can be up to 5 weeks. There is also a large ship from New Zealand that brings mail, food, medical supplies, and other essentials. The island is hundreds of kilometers away from the nearest inhabited islands. On the island there is a small store selling everything from frozen goods to household items, a library, a gym, and a medical center with dental, small infirmary, and X-ray facilities. For serious medical treatment, residents must travel to Tahiti. There is also a school, but it is currently closed as the only 2 children are studying abroad. Number 12. Population of only 48 people. The archipelago consists of 4 islands, Pitcairn, Henderson, Ducie, and Ueno, but only Pitcairn is inhabited with a population often just around 40. Pitcairn Island has the smallest population of any sovereign entity. The residents are descendants of the Bounty mutineers and their Tahitian companions, a story as old as European exploration of the islands. The small population means that any absence is noticed. The island residents live in Adamstown, a place that paradoxically feels like both a close-knit community and the most isolated, densely populated area on Earth. The logistics of maintaining a functioning society with such a small population is a remarkable feat. This island nation also has a democratic government, and all the essential needs for a small community to sustain itself are creatively met. From electricity production to healthcare, education, and law enforcement, Pitcairn residents take on multiple roles and often perform tasks that in larger societies would be handled by separate individuals. Interestingly, they have generators sufficient to serve the 9 households on the island. Perhaps due to their small population, the residents here are incredibly loving and supportive of each other. Mrs. Armour is considered the oldest resident on the island, at 87 years old, while the youngest resident is just 3 years old. What do you think about the small population here? Leave your thoughts below. Number 11. Free land to attract new residents. In the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Pitcairn Island, due to its sparse population and isolated location, is making a surprising call for new residents. This effort aims to reverse the severe population decline the island is facing. To attract new residents, the Pitcairn government has made appealing offers. Immigrants would enjoy a peaceful life, a cool climate, and the opportunity to own a piece of land to build their dream home at a very low cost, and even free land ownership. However, only one person has applied for a visa to live there. Behind these enticing offers lies a harsh reality. The biggest problem Pitcairn faces is employment. the island's economy primarily relies on selling stamps and coins to collectors. In the digital age, the demand for stamps and coins has significantly decreased, leading to a decline in the island's income. This has made the call to attract new residents extremely challenging. Would you like to live here? Share your thoughts. Number 10. Dark history. The 48 residents across 9 families are descendants of the first British sailors who found this tropical paradise. Historical records link the ancestors of these residents to the infamous pirate story of the Bounty. The records indicate that the 3-masted ship, set sail in 1787, under the command of Captain William Bligh, and a crew of 44 men. Their mission was to transport breadfruit trees from Tahiti to the West Indies. However, on the return journey to the West Indies, some crew members mutinied. The cause of the mutiny is believed to be due to their extreme dissatisfaction with the Navy. Captain William Bligh, along with 18 loyal sailors, was cast adrift with a small amount of provisions, water, and some tools like a compass and sextant. Using these, Bligh survived 42 days adrift and eventually made it to Timor. Meanwhile, the remaining sailors drifted ashore on Tahiti. These sailors, along with some indigenous residents, found a safe haven on the beautiful island of Pitcairn. They built a small society and burned it to avoid detection and prevent anyone from escaping once on the island. Ethnic differences and an imbalance in the number of men and women led to the risk of mutual slaughter. Riots broke out as men fought over women, leading to jealousy and violence. Only a few survived these violent clashes. These survivors are the ancestors of the nearly 50 residents currently living on the island. Number 9. Ban on alcohol and dancing. Currently, the once strict moral rules that govern the lives of the island's inhabitants have been significantly relaxed. Rules prohibiting dancing, public displays of affection, smoking and drinking alcohol, which were once extremely strict taboos on the island, have now been eased. One of the most notable changes is the relaxation of alcohol regulations. Previously, residents and visitors needed to obtain a special permit, valid for 6 months, to buy, import, and consume alcohol. However, this regulation has been abolished. Now the island has cafes and bars where people can enjoy alcoholic beverages. The government store also sells alcohol and tobacco. This change has brought a new wave of life to the island's inhabitants. People now have more opportunities to relax, socialize, and enjoy life. The shift in social regulations is a sign that Pitcairn Island is gradually opening up and integrating with the outside world. Number 8. A paradise for a quiet life. Today, Pitcairn Island truly is a paradise for those seeking a peaceful life. According to Scottish explorer Tony Probst, the archipelago is considered one of the most beautiful resorts in the world. One of the reasons Tony Probst calls Pitcairn a paradise for those who want a tranquil life is because most of the island is surrounded by rocks, and the few residents are extremely friendly. With such rocky terrain, life on Pitcairn Island isn't very convenient. The island's income relies entirely on tourism. However, as the last British territory in the Pacific Ocean and being almost isolated, tourists must take a boat from New Zealand, which takes up to 10 days. Alternatively, you can visit the nearest neighbors, Tahiti and the Gambier Islands, before heading to the paradise of Pitcairn, which still requires a boat journey of hundreds of kilometers. Despite living in near isolation, the residents of the island do not live a primitive life, as many might think. Facilities are provided, and Pitcairn has electricity, fresh water, and internet, albeit at higher prices than on the mainland. Number 7. An economy based on stamps and coins. Unlike many other island nations, Pitcairn does not rely on fishing or mass tourism as its main source of income. Instead, for many decades, the island's economy has been sustained by an unexpected industry collecting stamps and coins. Stamps and coins issued by the Pitcairn Islands are highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Their rarity, unique designs, and the historical stories attached to them make them especially attractive. Collectors are willing to pay large sums to own these items from this remote island. The income from selling stamps and coins has significantly contributed to Pitcairn's budget. Along with a small number of tourists, these products help sustain the community. However, heavy reliance on a single source of income also carries risks. As the world increasingly moves towards a digital economy, the demand for physical currency and postage stamps has significantly decreased. This presents a major challenge for Pitcairn's stamp and coin-based economy. Without appropriate changes, the island's main source of income could severely decline. Aware of the difficulties ahead, the Pitcairn community is actively seeking new, more sustainable sources of income. Ecotourism, with activities exploring nature and unique culture, is seen as a promising direction. Additionally, the island is striving to develop distinctive handicraft products for export. Number 6. Legends of treasure and pirates. The Pitcairn Islands are renowned for their thrilling legends of pirates and buried treasure. These tales have become an integral part of the island's cultural heritage, captivating the curiosity of countless explorers and history enthusiasts. The origins of these treasure legends stem from the island's first settlers, the mutineers from the ship. Their defiance of the British Navy and their quest for a new life on a remote archipelago turned them into legendary figures, much like pirates in the eyes of many. For decades, numerous stories and rumors have circulated about vast treasures buried somewhere on Pitcairn Island. It is said that the mutineers or other sailors who visited the island left behind invaluable treasures such as gold, silver, and jewels. These stories have sparked the imagination of many, making the archipelago more intriguing than ever. Despite numerous searches, no treasure has been found on Pitcairn Island to date. However, the legends of treasure continue to live on in the hearts of the local people and visitors. They have become an essential part of the island's folklore, creating a mysterious and alluring atmosphere. Number 5. The pristine ecosystem of Henderson Island. Among the 4 islands in the archipelago, Henderson Island, located in the vast Pacific Ocean, is one of the most isolated places on Earth, as it has remained largely unexplored by humans. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this island is a prime example of a pristine and unique high coral atoll ecosystem. With millions of years of isolation from the outside world, Henderson has developed an exceptionally unique and rich ecosystem, making it one of the most valuable biological treasures on the planet. The ecosystem of Henderson Island is a vivid illustration of how organisms adapt to harsh environments. The island is home to many endemic plant and animal species not found anywhere else in the world. Notably, 10 plant species and 4 bird species are unique to this island, creating a distinctive and invaluable ecosystem. Henderson Island's isolation has been a key factor in preserving its pristine ecosystem. The lack of fresh water and the rugged terrain have deterred long-term human habitation, allowing the ecosystem to develop naturally. However, isolation also brings new challenges. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste drift onto the island, causing severe pollution and threatening marine life. Henderson Island is not only a precious natural heritage site but also a massive natural laboratory. Scientists have been conducting numerous studies to understand the evolutionary processes of species in isolation, the interactions between species, and the impact of climate change on the ecosystem. Number 4. The most remote inhabited place on Earth. The isolation of the Pitcairn Islands is so extreme that they can only be reached by sea, with supply ships stopping just a few times a year. Located thousands of kilometers from the nearest continent, the archipelago is truly one of the most remote inhabited places on Earth. This geographical isolation has created a natural barrier, separating the people of Pitcairn from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Due to the unique geographical conditions, the residents of Pitcairn have developed a self-sufficient lifestyle. They grow their own crops, raise livestock, and fish to ensure their food supply. Fresh water is primarily collected from rainwater. This simple, nature-centric way of life has created a distinctive and sustainable culture. As mentioned, traveling to and from Pitcairn is incredibly difficult. Without an airport, the only means of transportation is by sea. Ships to the island are infrequent and do not follow a fixed schedule, making travel highly limited. This not only affects daily life but also poses challenges for trade and tourism. Isolation brings many challenges to life on Pitcairn. Access to medical services, education, and modern amenities is limited. Medical emergencies require sea evacuation, which is time-consuming and costly. However, isolation also brings unique opportunities. The pristine natural environment, unique traditional culture, and close-knit community are valuable assets that are hard to find elsewhere. Despite the difficulties in access, Pitcairn continues to attract the interest of explorers and adventure enthusiasts. The story of the mutiny and the life of the first settlers have created a historical allure. Today, visitors can come to Pitcairn to experience a simple life, immerse themselves in nature. Number 3. The unique and little-known language. The Pitcairn Islands are famous not only for their pristine natural beauty but also for a unique linguistic heritage, Pitcairn Norfolk. This language is the result of a cultural fusion between the mutineers from England and the Tahitian women, creating a distinct and characteristic linguistic identity. Pitcairn Norfolk emerged from the blend of 18th-century English and Tahitian. Over generations, this language has evolved and adapted to island life, developing its own unique phonology, grammar, and vocabulary. Despite its origins from two different languages, Pitcairn Norfolk is unlike any other language in the world. This language is not merely a means of communication but also a valuable cultural repository. It reflects the history and development of the Pitcairn community, preserving stories, legends, and the traditional values of its people. However, Pitcairn Norfolk is facing the risk of fading away. Increasing contact with the outside world, particularly English, has reduced the use of the native language in daily life, especially among the younger generation. Without timely conservation measures, this language could disappear forever. Number 2. Unique flora. Despite its modest size and isolation from the outside world, the Pitcairn Islands boast a remarkably rich and diverse flora. This tiny archipelago is like a miniature botanical garden, home to hundreds of plant species, many of which are endemic and can only be found here. The humid subtropical climate and diverse terrain of Pitcairn provide ideal conditions for plant growth. Fertile soil and favorable weather nourish lush forests, vibrant flowers, and verdant grasslands. Geographic isolation has allowed this ecosystem to develop independently, resulting in unique plant species with distinctive adaptive traits. One of the standout features of Pitcairn's flora is the presence of numerous endemic species. These plants exist and thrive only on the island, not appearing anywhere else in the world. They are the result of long-term evolution and adaptation to the island's specific environment. Protecting these endemic species is not only important for global biodiversity, but also helps preserve a valuable part of Pitcairn's natural heritage. Some fruit plants, such as raspberries, are near extinction. The Pitcairn Islands are one of only two places where the plant species can be found, the other being mangareva. Additionally, you will find Galapagos tortoises on this island. Laws protect them, stating that anyone who kills or harms a tortoise commits a crime. The island is also home to various bird species like the Australian tern and the St. Felix tern. The Pitcairn parrot, known locally as the sparrow, is endemic to the Pitcairn Islands. Once common, it has been declared endangered since 2008. Flora plays a crucial role in maintaining the island's ecological balance. Forests help regulate the climate, prevent soil erosion, and provide food and shelter for animals. Different plant species coexist in a complex relationship, forming a sustainable ecological network. The Pitcairn community is acutely aware of the value of their unique flora. They have implemented numerous measures to protect and develop the ecosystem. Reforestation, conservation of rare species, and raising community awareness about environmental protection are regularly organized activities. Ecotourism is also being developed to showcase the island's natural beauty to visitors and attract funds for conservation efforts. Number 1. Commitment to sustainable marine conservation. The Pitcairn Islands are also playing a crucial role in global marine conservation. With a deep awareness of the importance of preserving marine biodiversity, the island's government and residents have established one of the world's largest marine reserves around the archipelago. The Pitcairn Islands Marine Reserve spans 834,334 square kilometers, encompassing a vast expanse of ocean with diverse and rich ecosystems. The establishment of this reserve is a bold move to protect coral reefs, rare fish species, and other marine ecosystems from overexploitation and environmental pollution. For the people of Pitcairn, living sustainably is not just a slogan, but a way of life. Due to their remote geographical location and limited resources, islanders have long recognized the importance of environmental protection. They strive to build a sustainable community, relying on renewable energy sources like solar power, rainwater collection, and practicing organic farming. Fishing is an important economic activity for Pitcairn residents. However, to ensure long-term fishery resources, the community has implemented strict fishing management measures, limiting the catch of rare species and protecting seafood breeding areas. Pitcairn's commitment to environmental protection not only benefits the marine ecosystem but also attracts environmentally conscious tourists. Nature lovers and those eager to explore untouched, pristine areas are increasingly drawn to Pitcairn. The combination of ecotourism and environmental conservation has become a sustainable development direction for the archipelago. So, we've explored 14 fascinating facts about the Pitcairn Islands. What are your thoughts on the history of this archipelago or the information shared above? Have you visited Pitcairn yourself? Feel free to comment and share your experiences with us. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. See you in our next videos.